Hello everyone, welcome to Green One Day at a Time. It's July, peak of your harvest. There's plenty to do in the allotment, but at first, let's look what you can sow this month. You can sow all year round cauliflowers. I've already sown it, but this month I'm going to sow some pak choy and Chinese cabbage. Last year when I tried it as a summer harvest and all of them bolted very quickly. So this year I'm going to try sowing them now for a late or early spring harvest, late summer or early autumn harvest, not spring, sorry. I've already sown Romanesco. It's getting a little bit late, but you can still sow them and get a smaller harvest before the cold sets in. Amara kale, I'm going to do a second round. The first round all bolted because of the heat wave we had in the UK. So I'm going to do it again to see whether I can get, it's much cooler now, so I might be able to get some harvest from it. You can always sow some radishes. I'll be sowing them towards the end of July or maybe on 1st or 2nd of August because you can take a harvest in 3 weeks if the right weather is there. So I'm hoping I can get a quick harvest at the end of August. You can re-sow your carrots for a late autumn harvest before the frost sets in. Also, all of your beetroots, I have 3 or 4 different varieties of beetroots. I've already sown them in individual modules to transplant them into empty spaces, but you can always do direct sowing. Swiss chard for a quick autumn harvest or sow them now for spring harvest. I've already done those, and as usual your spring onions and lettuces. So there's all the seeds that you can sow this month. There's plenty to sow and a lot of work in the allotment. Here I am harvesting some of my broad beans. In fact, you can harvest all of your broad beans. I'm harvesting some of them. I'm going to use them today itself, but if you want to freeze them, you can harvest all of them and freeze them, and they are very good frozen. So the way to know that whether they are done is when you press the pod, they should be very hard and feel full. So when you press, if there's space where the bean is, it's not fully developed. So that's the way to actually know whether the broad bean is fully done before you pick. The inside of the pod is very different from other beans. They have a nice fluffy coating where the bean sits, and this one is quite big. If you're eating it raw, which you can, try and remove the outer covering of the bean and eat the inside bit. And when you cook it as well, boil it till the bean floats, and then you can easily remove the outer covering. So that's what you eat, and that's very sweet raw. Next, inside the greenhouse, there are some purple chillies, fully done and ripe, ready to pick. I don't snap the chilies off the plant. I always use secateurs to cut them off, and this reduces damage to the plant, which if there is a damage, it increases the risk of a disease getting in. So always cut them, have a clean cut where you take the chilies off. So I think this is Mohawk or Apache, one of them, but it's a spicy chili. This one is atomic chili, again another purple one. The chilies which, when ripened, which stand upwards, like how atomic chili is, are generally known to be spicier than the other varieties. Some chilies, they face downwards, and that's not as spicy as the ones which stand upwards. That's something which I learned long time ago, and it does work in most chilies. This is Mohawk chili. They're actually ready to pick. You can pick them when they are green, but I want to pick them when they are fully ripe, which is like an orangish yellow color. So I will wait for them. And there's still some more atomic chili left there. They can be picked. I'm going to leave them for now. Plenty of other chilies, but they are not fully ready. There's more flowers and bigger chilies back there, but they are not ready yet. But that's the size it should be. So you can pick them at that size, or you can wait for them to get the yellowish orange color. Let's pick some spinach. There's plenty of spinach in my shallot bed, and I'm going to pick some spinach. But when I was and there's so many weeds, so you have to go through them and weed them out. Now as I'm picking the spinach, I've noticed that these shallots are quite ready. They're very good size as well. It's not a big bunch. This one is not a big bunch. There's only 3 or 4 shallots in the bunch, but I've picked whatever I could find was ready. So the brown tips kind of shows how ready the onions are. Now this is a very big Nizza round courgette, and my little one is trying to harvest it, but the stems have quite a lot of thorns on it, tiny ones. So I'm helping her to chop. I will help her to
Is it hard or
cut it.
easy?
Oh my God.
What's that? Is that fruit or vegetable? Is that fruit or vegetable?
First, round courgette. What is this?
Round courgette.
So there you go, today's harvest: chilies, broad beans, spinach, beetroot, different colors of beetroot, and shallots are staying in the allotment to dry. And the courgette, I forgot, it's not in the video, sorry, but there are different colors. You can see a very weird looking beetroot and white beetroot and so on. Hope this was quite entertaining and also is inspiring you to grow some veg for your own use. Until next video, stay safe and see you all soon.